Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator. Today with Showdown. Today we're playing Magic the Gathering Commander. We're pitting Raffine against Jetmir. Commander, 100 cards. No more than one copy of a card unless it's a basic land. Usual starting hand of 7. For your life, although if you can do like 21 damage with your commander to your opponent, that also works. The usual run your opponent out of cards. It's another way too. Alright. Quick little thing. I have one card in here standing in for a card that I don't have and I'm still looking for. But I have to do the video now because timing. So, if you see a 3-color land card, or a land that produces 3 colors, it's for this commander, not what it says on the card. Sayator's Proving Ground is standing in for Jetmir's Garden. And in fact, if I ever bring this deck with me anywhere, I'll probably see if someone will trade. But yeah. Starting hand, 7 cards. Deck's been shuffled, cut, no mulligan. I guess they changed the mulligan rule. So you still draw a 7, but then you put a card on the bottom for each time you've mulliganed previously. Which is better. I think it's better to do it that way. Anyway, Raffine's going first. Let's see. Untap, upkeep. No draw on the first player's first turn. First main phase, we'll go ahead and play the Plains. Nothing to play with it, unfortunately, but things will change eventually. No combat, no second main and step on the next turn. Nothing to untap, no upkeep, draw step, 1 card. Cool. And we'll also play Plains. Enough Plains to do both of these decks. Because that just seems to be my luck with this Streets of New Capenna. Yeah, nothing to throw out there immediately. But things can change, hopefully. That's the other thing with Commander is when building the deck is you can only include colors in terms of mana symbols based on your commander. The actual word, however, it says this is like something less if you target a red permanent and it's a blue card. I think that they let that one fly, I guess. Because it's not the actual symbol, it's the word. Alright, nothing new. Untap, upkeep, draw. Alright. Go ahead and throw out an island. And then white and 1 other for Illuminator Virtuoso. Double strike. Whenever Illuminator Virtuoso becomes the target of a spell you control, it connives. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a counter on it. The Obscura faction of New Capenna, their big thing is conniving to kind of search through the deck a little bit faster, but also get counters. Alright. By giving up some opportunities. Alright. So, combat step. Does not have haste. Came in this turn. Does not get to attack. Had no response to that creature. Second main phase, end step. All good. Passes over. Alright. Nothing on tap. Upkeep. Draw step. One card. Alright. So we'll go ahead and throw out the forest. They're tapped out. There's nothing they could do to counter. So we'll go ahead and throw out Gilded Pinions for 2. Nice thing about artifacts is I can go into like any deck and just help round out your strategies a bit. There's the battlefield, create a treasure token. So this is the Cabaretti specific treasure token. They're good for sacrificing and getting a mana into your pool when you really need one. Or just collect them. Collect like an absolute ton of treasures just for the hell of it. But yeah, this is an equipment. It'll attach to creatures by paying the cost as a sorcery. And this one in specific will give the creature flying. Alright, nothing to fight with. None to clean up. It is over here. Untap, no upkeep, and draw. I keep bringing up the word upkeep, and it feels like I think they're trying to do away with upkeep in general, but they kind of have to keep the phase around for older stuff. Alright. We'll go ahead and throw out the swamp and complete the trinity of lands that I need to do anything. I do believe I can go ahead and play the commander from the command zone for 3. I don't think they have a response to that. Okay, so with Raffine, flying, and ward. So if you were to target anything with ward, you have to pay the ward cost or your effect is countered. Whenever I attack, I can target an attacking creature to connive X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Alright, so came in this turn, started the turn in play. So, let me see if they're planning anything. There might be some kind of instance or other things in play that can be used in response to an attack. Keep in mind. So, start of combat, then declare attackers. So, Illuminator Virtuoso will attack. And then, whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X. Number of attacking creatures. So, one attacking creature, draw. I mean, hey, let's discard the expendable lackey because I can use them for my discard pile. And doing so puts a 1/1 counter on Illuminator Virtuoso. Some of the packs will come with these little token sheets, which are pretty nice. I appreciate them. Yeah, with Raffine, if you attack with multiple creatures, you're drawing that many cards and potentially putting that many counters on one of your creatures that's attacking. Alright. So, Illuminator Virtuoso's Double Strike. With the Double Strike abilities, there'll be the first strike damage phase and the normal damage. If you kill a creature with your first strike, then they're not around to kill with a double. but if you had to block if you got blocked by a creature and had to kill it, it still survived. Your second attack's not going to hurt the opponent, unless you have trample, I think. So yeah, 2 twice is 4 damage. So we're already kicking some ass, doing 36, or with 36 left on Jetmir. All right. So nothing to do. Second main phase, and we'll just go ahead and end the turn. All right, untap. Upkeep, draw step. Alright. We'll go ahead and play another Plains. Yeah, figure out how you want to stack your stuff to kind of save on space. Alright, let's go ahead and make use of... Let's see here. Let's make use of Social Climber. So that's a green and 2 others. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Alliance abilities are the specialty for Cabaretti. Displaying a ton of creatures to make use of, to make the most of that effect. Especially if I can actually get Jetmir out. Jetmir, when I play him, or once he's out there, will be providing power bonuses and other special abilities based on the number of creatures I control. The more, the better. Alright. They had no response to Social Climber because they're tapped out. They've got no other way to... I doubt anyone's playing Force of Will in this deck. Anyway. Alright. Just came in. Can't attack. Probably not advisable to do so, because he'll just bounce off Raffine. I don't have enough to equip Gilded Opinions either. Alright. Go ahead and end turn. Untap. No upkeep. Stuff. Draw a card. Let's go ahead and play another island. Let's go ahead and play a Celestial Regulator for a white, a blue, and 1 of something else. Let's leave the island untapped and have them reasonably paranoid. Okay. So, when Celestial Regulator enters the battlefield, choose target creature you don't control and tap it. If you control a creature with a counter on it, the chosen creature is not untapped during its controller's next untap step. If you got stuff you need to remember for later, it helps have something to keep track of. Keep track of that. They had no response to that at all. So yeah, there's supposed to be the stack, and you play the card to the stack, then you and your opponents have a chance to respond. before everyone passes, and then everything starts resolving one at a time with potential to respond after resolution. I think. This is what happens when it's been too long. Alright. So, stunned. This. We'll tap it even further just so that I know it's going to be kind of stuck for a while. Alright. So, start of combat. We'll go ahead and attack. Declare 2 attackers, Raffine and Illuminator Virtuoso. Connive, and we'll go ahead and target the Illuminator once again. So 1, 2, and then I have the option to discard those two cards. We'll discard Ballroom Brawlers and slip out the bat. No. Yeah, actually. Well, this card Disdainful Stroke, which is a counter spell, but I'm not playing it anytime soon, so it's fine. So we can put 2 more counters on Illuminator Virtuoso. 1, 2. Okay. And that's doing, and they have no declaration of blockers, no spells to say no combat damage. So Illuminator Virtuoso is doing 8 damage. And then Raffine is doing another 1. So we're already got knocked down to 27. And because one of that damage came from a commander, make a note, taken 1 damage from a commander so far. From my commander. Alright. There's stuff I need to see how this interacts with Illuminator Virtuoso. Slip out the back. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature, it faces out. So it's also becoming the target. That'll probably that connive will probably happen first, I think. So second main phase we'll go ahead and phase out, or we'll play a slip out the back. We'll target Illuminator Virtuoso, which will respond with the connive. Draw a card. We'll discard a land card because I kind of want to hold on to the. Kind of want to hold on to that. Or screw it. We'll discard the Fairy Vandal. We'll put another counter from Conniving. And then slip out the back, we'll also put a counter on it. And it is now phased out. So it and everything currently on it is out of the game until my next turn. Phasing in happens at the start of the untap step. If something actually has phasing, it'll phase out at the start of the untap step. Alright. End of turn, it goes over to here. They're still tapped. Lands will untap though. And draw. Okay. Now, if anything ever happens to your commander, they go back to the command zone, and it costs another 2 mana to put them out for each previous time they've been sent back. Alright. We'll go ahead and play a Plains. And we'll go ahead and do Warm Welcome. We got no response to it. So it's a green, and it's 2 others. Look at the top 5 cards of your library and reveal a creature card from them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order, and then create a citizen token. So, citizens are another major thing for the set. They're green and white, and therefore I'm trying to keep them limited to the one deck that makes the most of them. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Go ahead and grab Cabaret Initiate. I'll go in the hand. Go on the bottom in a random order. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and play the Cabaret Initiate by sacrificing the treasure for the mana. Tokens never hit the graveyard, I think. They get removed instead. I need to look. I'm trying to figure out what the timing is on it. Alright. Cabaret Initiate for 2 and either red or white gets a double strike until end of turn. Whenever another creature in the battlefield is under your control, gain 1 life. So first it was for the citizen, and then for the Cabaret. Should have another 2 life. Always remember your triggers for anything that might happen. Alright. Got nothing else to play. Got nobody to attack with because they just came in this turn. Alright. No combat. Second main and pass turn. Luminaire Virtuoso comes back. Everything is untapped. Okay. Alright. Draw a card. Alright. I'll go ahead and play another Plains. And then for 2 and a black, Sanguine Spy. Menace and Lifelink. Menace can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. And Lifelink is whenever it does combat damage, you gain that much life. For 1, and sacrifice another creature. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. So, here's my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that actually cost something. What I wonder is, does this count as another mana value? The Expendable Lackey. Alright. Okay. So we'll go ahead and attack. Wait, make sure they didn't have any response. No. It was between putting a creature out and having a spell ready to deal with some trouble. Alright. So, Illuminator Virtuoso. Raffine, Celestial Regulator. Alright. So we've got a 6/6 with double strike, a 1/4 flying, and a 2/3 flying. We've got nothing to block flying because nobody got equipped with opinions. So, just going to throw the citizen in front of the virtuoso and hope for the best. But first, before anything else happens, whenever you attack, let's make Raffine the target. So 1, 2, 3. And now I'm discarding a lot of lands at this point. 1, 2, 3. I'm discarding Ominous Parcel, so that's the one non-land card that's getting discarded. So at least puts a token on Raffine. Alright. So blocking, the citizen's going to throw themselves in front of the virtuoso. I've got nothing else to deal with flying on this side, so combat damage, first strike kills, double strike doesn't happen because there's no trample. Citizen is out. Raffine does 2. Celestial Regulator does 2. So it's 4 damage. And then 2 of that is commander damage. So 3 dealt so far. All the life gain in the world is not going to save Jetmir from the potential commander damage kill. Alright, second main phase. Don't really need to, but I'm going to do the activate as a sorcery only power of Expendable Lackey. Just telegraph that I don't have a counter spell in hand, because at this point it's fine. The card is exiled, it goes into a special exile space. There are very few things that can mess with exile. But otherwise it's basically considered out of the game. It puts out a fish token that can't be blocked. So yeah, combat is over. Alright. That's not tapped. Alright. So Lackey is exiled. Alright. At the beginning of the end step, 5 or more mana values. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will choose to pay that 2 life to draw a card. Because it just pays to have cards. In this, whatever you can do to draw cards, do it. Alright. Start the turn. On tap. And that was next untap step. That's passed. Social Climber is available once again. This is a problem. This is a serious problem to deal with here. This is a danger. Can't even block the fish. Let's go ahead and draw the card and hope for the best. Well, more land is always appreciated. I just need mountains right now. Okay, well. Well, here are my options. I can play Take It to the Streets if I want to. Is it going to be worth it, though, is the thing. So, if I do play it, a 5-4 and a 3-4. In addition, the Cabaret Initiate has Vigilance until end of turn. So it can attack without needing to tap. I mean, what am I blocking otherwise? I mean, if I give the Initiate Vigilance, it's available to temporarily stand in the way of the Virtuoso until it gets run over. The alternative is to freaking wait for the next turn to attack. For their attack, because I've got the response. Which I might have to do. Alright. What I'm going to do is pay 2 to give wings to the Initiate so that I've got something to block Flyer. And then going to remember that this one card is in my hand for next turn. And skip combat, no main, skip second main phase, we're done. Alright. Passing turn back. And drawing a turn, no upkeep stuff to worry about. Alright. Okay. Waterfront District. Enters the battlefield tapped. I can spend 2, a blue, a black, and tap and sacrifice it to draw a card. Alright. Anything else main phase? No. So, on to combat. Well, let's go ahead and start combat. And then declare attackers. We attack with everyone because there's nothing they can really do to get in my way. Okay. So, once again, timing. Whenever you attack, target attack, your creature connects X. In response to this, I think, we'll go ahead and 2 and a white for kill shot. But that's the question, is who are they going to target first? I imagine targeting Raffine because, hey, flying would make sense. But before they can count, We go and kill shot the Virtuoso. They don't have a response to that. It buys me some time. Kill shot destroys an attacking creature, which is appreciated. So where does that leave Raffine's ability? Target itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or would it still count? Because there's no longer the attacking creature there. This is why I'm kind of coming back to the game this way, is to just try to get the rules up to the top of my head once more. So, is it still counting the creature that was there before it got destroyed? Or is the connive effect going on, and when it actually resolves, then it counts the actual number of attacking creatures? Is a good question. Alright. Let's just say 4. For now. 3, 4. Alright. Well, one, 2, 3, 4. So we're discarding 2 cards that are actually spells or non-lands. So I'll put 2 counters on Raffine. Alright. So, declaring blockers. With the Cabaret Initiate at 1, 2. But at least it has flying. Let me look up. Do I need to spend actual mana to block on board? Or is it just targeting spells? Let me go and look that up. Nice thing about having a phone is being able to just download comprehensive rules for like all the various fucking card games I get involved in. It's like, hey, here's all the... Are you kidding me? Come on. You just have the rules at your fingertips. Just alright. So like the Magic Comprehensive Rules are like 300 pages. That would be a pain in the ass to print out. And it doesn't help that they're getting updated all the time. There we go. Ward. Whenever this permanent becomes target of a spell or ability opponent controls. So it's just targeting. You don't have to pay anything to block that creature. It's just... You just have to pay it for using actual spells. Alright. So, Raccoon's going to die gloriously. And then, Social Climber. Can't block the flyer. Can't block the fish. Can't block the Sanguine Spy because of Menace. Yeah. This gets to stay in play and die. Or wonder why things are happening this way. Alright. Combat damage 4 to 2 and 1 to 4. No, 1 to 7. So the initiate's going to die. Regulator's going to do 2, 3, and 5. Taking 5 damage. Down to 20. We're halfway through. In addition, 2 of that damage is lifelink. I got 2 back. Okay. Alright. And then, second main phase, nothing. We're not at a desperate situation to want to play this card. So, nothing to worry about. End of turn, at the beginning of the step. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still have the 5 cards with mana values. I'll pay the 2 life. Down to 38. And draw a card. Alright, passing the turn. Alright. This is a very desperate situation right now. Let's hope that something will make a difference here. Alright, screwed on red, screwed on red. I only have 1 creature in play. That comes into play tapped. At this point, with no answers, the sensible choice might be to concede. But I kind of want to see how this goes. Botanical Plaza comes in tapped. Spend 2 and put wings on the social climber. Alright. And we'll just wait and see. End of turn. Pass it over. No, they didn't have any responses to it, no. Alright. Untap. No upkeep to deal with. Draw the card for the turn. Throw out another swamp. And we'll go ahead and play the 7. Pay the 7. 1 of each of the 3. And 4 more for Shattered Seraph. Flying, when enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Hold on a sec. Oh, that's right. You know that one. So up to 41. You can go past your maximum, your starting life pool. So you can early in the game, having this early in the game in your hand, you can pay 2 and exile her. To give a land, tap, add 1 of the 3 colors shown until Seraph is cast from exile, and then you can cast them from exile. So it's a way to give you some extra mana options to work with and keep the cards safe for playing later. Alright. Alright. Once again, okay. Raffine will target themselves for 4. I know for a fact they don't have a response. Okay. Discard 4 cards. 2, 3, 4. So discarding 4 cards, 2 of which are going to be non-land cards for 2 more tokens. Alright. So does ward only affect opponent's stuff, or does it, or can I still do it even if it's just or I'm still screwed even if it's like my own spell? Once again, comprehensive rules. I should have just like written half this shit down because it's like it seems like the important one to remember. Come on. An opponent controls. Okay. So I don't need to worry about paying for it if it's from me. Alright. Clear blockers. Throw ourselves before the Juggernaut. Okay. Combat damage. 6 is going to be enough. Wings fall off. And 2, 3, 4, 5 damage is 15. Gains 2 life. It's up to 43. And let's see, second main phase, got nothing. Alright. End of this end step. Pay the 2 life. Draw the card. More land. Alright. Well, it's do or die for Cabaretti and Jetmir. And we draw 1. And it's another card that can't fucking play. Yeah, this is where you concede. Really, what probably should have done from the start was a mulligan to get an extra fucking mountain. Because that wasn't coming for another 4 turns. The alternative was draw a card this way, give up the Botanical Plaza, draw a card, Halo Scarab. 2 to play it, and then have it die, and then pay from exile. Pay an exile for the graveyard for the treasure. So that's basically it. Sometimes you just gotta know when to fold them and just say, alright, yeah, you're... And if the match goes... I think most games are just like one and done with Commander. Precisely because it takes this long to build up. That's the thing with playing the 100-card deck is... Well, 99. Is you never know what you're going to end up with. There's a lot of room for trying different things out and seeing what happens different times you play it. So I definitely want to refine this deck a little bit more, and maybe have this be my actual commander deck if I ever play seriously. But I think for now, I'm good with doing stuff with Magic for the channel. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm going to have a word with those people soon. And if you're wondering about all these colorful tokens out here, that's the next episode of Pillar List Tabletop Games. Look forward to that too. Thanks for watching. It's Pillar. I'll see you next time.